You know, there's aspects of quality control that just don't come to mind when somebody says quality control or quality assurance. An example of that is where you source your parts and components from. We found over the years, having had a few bad experiences, that bringing parts in from offshore, it just doesn't cut the mustard. And we try and make almost everything we do or purchase everything we have from North America, and that would be United States and Canada. It gives us better control. If there's an issue, we can get right on it, and generally speaking, the quality is just better. We don't have to worry about delays from shipping, longshoreman strike, tariffs. None of that is going to bother us. We can just continue to focus on what we like to do and get these items to you quickly. Another big part of quality assurance is making sure that down the road you don't have product failures, because it's catastrophic for our dealers. It's catastrophic for pretty much everybody in the field. So and very expensive. So one of the things that we try and do in that manner is make sure that our products are tested, cycle tested, so they know that they're going to last a long time. Some of those examples are, for example, here a quick connect. Something like that, as benign as a little quick connect, we have to make sure that it'll go for years. So we'll get 15, 20,000 cycles on this little guy here, and just make sure that we're not going to have issues. Hand pieces with handpiece tubing, that's another one. You've got the doctor doing this all day long, and it's a classic spot for a failure is between the tubing and the connector. And so that's another one of these things that we just test. We can get 40,000 cycles with a tool like this, and that'll simulate years of service. And that gives us a pretty good idea in-house of if there's going to be a failure, where it's going to happen and when it's going to happen. Quite a few of us have actually manufactured complete dental units, chairs, and lights back in Dentec days in the late 80s and 1990s. So we know what it's like to have a system down. We've all done technical service for units. So the quality that you have to build into a complete delivery system, we try and build that into every little part and component, because honestly, these days with 160 manufacturers buying our parts and components, chances are that's what you'll find when you open the lid of a control. Another one is clean water systems. Bottles, notorious bottles, they're molded, they're plastic, they'll split, so our job is to make sure they don't here and don't in the field. And so that's another thing we'll do is we'll pressure test, and we'll run this up to twice its working pressure and let it cycle for 30, 40, 50,000 times, and that'll give us 3, 4, 5 years of data on whether this thing will last. It's constantly expanding and contracting, and that's just something that you have to be aware of when you do a product like this. So to wrap up, quality assurance is a global issue for us, and that's one of the reasons why we take great care in it, because it is really every aspect of your business, right down to just what you do, how you're on the phone. It's just one of the things that we like to do.